It's been 7 days now, and there is no end to the Parliament logjam that has continued ever since Parliament's budget session resumed after a recess. Opposition MPs today again protested inside and outside Parliament, demanding a JPC into the Adani issue. Opposition MPs gathered on the first floor of the Parliament building and chanted, "We want JPC." They say that the government is trying to skirt the Adani issue. This included parties like the Congress, DMK, Left and BRS. Even as the Parliament did not function for the 7th consecutive day, Rajya Sabha chairman invited floor leaders for a meeting in his chamber in an attempt to try and break the logjam. However, several parties chose to boycott that meeting, which basically led to the BJP saying that if you really want a discussion, if you really want to have your voice heard, how is it that you're not even attending a meeting that has been called to try and forge a consensus? The BJP lambasted the Congress. In fact, the fight between the two parties has gone a step further. Soon after, Rahul Gandhi wrote to the Speaker seeking time to put his side of the story. He said that scurrilous remarks have been made against him by members of the BJP and several ministers, and he should be given a chance to reply to all of them. The BJP came back by saying that not only is Rahul Gandhi running away from Parliament, not only is his attendance abysmal, but that he has betrayed India by being a modern day Mir Jafar.
तो माननीय चेयरमैन ने कोशिश की कि समाधान किया जाए और सदन ठीक से चलाने के लिए सभी लोग मिलके कुछ फैसला करें, उनका भी अपमान फिर एक बार आज विपक्षी दलों ने किया। पूरे सदन का आज विपक्ष ने फिर एक बार अपमान किया है। मुझे लगता है जब कोई व्यक्ति या कोई दल के पास कोई शब्द ना हो, कोई लेग स्टैंड करने के लिए अपने विषय के ऊपर कोई ठोस बात ना हो, एक वीक विकेट पे कोई खड़ा हो, तभी इस प्रकार के हल्के कारनामे सुर्खियों में बने रहने के लिए विपक्ष आज कर रहा है।
Well, in fact, the government has also put out statistics to claim that Rahul Gandhi, despite the fact that he is saying that his mic is being muted and he is being silenced inside Parliament, has had an abysmal record as far as attendance is concerned. And if he doesn't find space in India to speak, why does he go abroad and repeat lies about the country which show it in poor light?
This is nothing short of what Mir Jafar did. It would not be an aberration to say that Rahul Gandhi is the present day Mir Jafar of Indian polity. राहुल जी का अटेंडेंस पार्लियामेंट में 52% है, जबकि नेशनल एवरेज 79% है। अधिकांश समय तो विदेश में ही रहते हैं। मात्र 6 डिबेट्स में पार्टिसिपेट किया है अब तक इस सेशन में मतलब 2019 से। नेशनल एवरेज 41 का है और स्टेट एवरेज 68.2, केरल से जहां से वो एमपी है वायनाड।
देखो, ये माफी मांगने का तो सवाल नहीं है, बार बार वो पूछते रहेंगे, हम उसको नकारते रहेंगे, उसमें कोई माने नहीं है कि होना बोल के इशू को डाइवर्ट करने के लिए कर रहे हैं। तो पहले तो देखिए हमारे एम्बेसी पे हमले हो रहे, उसके बारे में उनकी कोई बात नहीं है। उसके बाद जो यहाँ के बैंकों से पैसे उठा लेके जा रहे हैं,
मेहुल चोकसी को इंटरपोल ने सर हटा दिया।
मेहुल चोकसी ऐसे लोगों को प्रोटेक्शन देने वाले देशभक्ति की बात करना ये एक मजाक है।
पूरा संसद ठप हो गया है। शाह, शहनशाह, उनके सारे वजीर, उनके तमाम स्पोक्सपर्सन सब एक ही काम में लगे हुए। क्या काम है? गौतम अडानी को बचाना है। एक गौतम अडानी का आप पर कितना दबाव हो सकता है कि पूरी सरकार ना केवल नतमस्तक है, इतनी ज्यादा दबी हुई है कि पूरा संसद ठप, कैबिनेट का काम ठप, सरकार का काम बंद।
All right, RP Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, joins us along with Binay Singh, Dushyant Nagar and Manasvi Thapar, all political analysts. RP Singh, the Congress is saying again and again that this is a unique situation where the government is sloganeering and not letting parliament function. अगर आपको लगता है कि राहुल गांधी मीर जाफर है, उनको बोलने तो दीजिए.
आज मीटिंग इसलिए बुलाई थी. द मीटिंग वाज कॉल्ड फॉर दिस ऑब्जेक्टिव ओनली. लेट्स डिस्कस so that this is eco thing.
Okay, we'll just have it fixed.
Sorry.
Go on, sir. Go on. We'll have it fixed.
So objective यही था कि objective यही था कि all leaders should sit and discuss how House has to work and operate. But they don't want to discuss this. They don't want to be part of that meeting. They boycotted the meeting. So, in the parliamentary system, there's a very basic like that you discuss things, you have meetings before you are allowed to speak in the parliament, and then you later on go by that whatever
answer
has been
that,
decided in
Manasvi
that
Thapar.
meeting.
If you really want a way out of the impasse, why did you boycott the meeting of the speaker?
Padmaja, I don't know where this comes from. When the opposition is not allowed to speak, when the opposition's mics are muted, this is not one time, it has happened multiple times, not only about Congress. Various other leaders have been ridiculed to this kind of parliamentary democracy.
Sir, isn't it a fact that today there was a meeting called by the Vice President and the Congress did not attend it? The Congress didn't go.
Padmaja, the moot question which comes to the mind is why no JPC? It's a simple question.
Sir,
Why
even if you want to pose that moot question, you can't pose it in Connaught Place. You have to pose that question inside Parliament. Or you have to pose it in a meeting that has been called by the chair.
Padmaja, this is a wonderful question which you just raised to me. But the reality is, has this question not been raised in the Parliament from the opposition towards the BJP? The answer is yes. But the answer is yes.
Opposition has said again and again, JPC चाहिए, आपने JPC बनाई नहीं है.
नहीं, राहुल गांधी हमेशा कहते हैं कि he is not allowed to speak.
The JPC part.
Yeah.
So
just a second. Binay Singh.
So he speaks so much. He speaks a lot. Day night he is speaking in India, in the yatra, outside India. What needs to be spoken, what needs not to be spoken. He is speaking everything. He is speaking against the country, and again he is trying to portray that no, it is against Mr. Modi. So Padmaja, the thing is that running the parliament, it is a very costly affair. Lots of fund, is spent on that. And if you are absconding from any kind of discussion, of you are creating a ruckus, you are not letting the parliament go. I think it's not a very good act. It may be termed anti-national. Don't mind it otherwise.
Okay, Manasvi, let Manasvi respond to that. Yes.
Padmaja, this is a very good point. Boycotting parliament is wrong and it can be termed anti-national as per Binay Singh. Was it not anti-national in 2006 when BJP boycotted, 2009 when BJP boycotted, 2011 when BJP boycotted? That time it was nationalism. So when these people are in power and others are in opposition, that they have changed the definition of nationalism and anti-nationalism. That is not how the country functions. If Rahul Gandhi has done something wrong, book him under the IPC. Why don't you book him under the IPC? A simple question has been asked since last 1.5 months when the JPC would be formed. JPC in the past have been formed and the Congress was in power against the Congress Prime Ministers. In Harshad Mehta scam, in Beaufort scam, in Augusta Westland, every time JPC was formed. Why is BJP shying away from JPC?
Okay,
JPC
answer that. RP Singh wanted to answer on the JPC. RP Singh.
Padmaja, I'll appreciate he should, Manasvi is a well-read person, he should dig into that 2010 Manmohan Singh ji refused JPC on the phone tapping issue, saying that it's more of a political, it doesn't serve any objective, it serves more of a political objective, doesn't get anything on ground. Let's just please go through that detail, Google it and you'll get it. But again, the same set of people are asking two things: JPC or investigation by the retired judge of the Supreme Court. Now, Supreme Court because the Congress MP, the member parliament from Congress, has gone to Supreme Court, and because of that, the investigation is happening now under the supervision of Supreme Court, and there is an expert panel who is investigating into it. If you want to add something more to that, you can again approach the court that, okay, we want to broaden the periphery of the investigation. You approach the court, and court will probably take cognizance of it and give that scope for the investigation. But what can be higher than the Supreme Court? JPC is still tug of war. Supreme Court is independent.
Yes, go on, Mr. Thapar.
Yeah, this is very good. I think what RPG said, he should say it in the parliament. We are not forming a JPC because the Supreme Court have already taken up the matter. An expert panel has been appointed. That is why we are not taking it up. There is a complete difference between expert panels being appointed by the Supreme Court and JPC being formed. In the past also, all the incidents which have happened, which have led to JPCs being formed, expert panels in the past have also been appointed, but JPC was appointed. JPC is appointed because these are the people, the representatives of people are directly representing in the parliament, and they should know the truth, and the people of this country should know the truth, and that is why JPCs have been appointed in this country. This is how the JPC functions. This is not any other committee which is a functionary. It is where the people will in power and people in
So
opposition
essentially then
together
Dushyant
deal
Nagar,
on a
there is going to
particular
be
matter.
no middle ground, right? There is going to be no middle ground. वो लोग बोलते रहेंगे, आप माफी मांगो, आप बोलते रहोगे कि पहले JPC बनाओ, मीटिंग में कोई आएगा नहीं, तब तो पूरी पार्लियामेंट का वॉश आउट हो जाएगा. 7 दिन निकल चुके हैं, अब 7 दिन और निकलेंगे, फिर खत्म.
देखिए जी, ये लोकतंत्र किसके लिए चल रहा है? भारत के लोगों के लिए चल रहा है. करोड़ों निवेशकों का पैसा डूबा है, बैंकों का इंटरेस्ट है, बहुत बड़ा हित है.
दुष्यंत जी, प्लीज मुद्दे पे बात कीजिए. माय सिंपल पॉइंट टू यू इज, हाउ डज द डेडलॉक एंड? ये ऐसे आर्म ट्विस्टिंग नहीं हो सकती ना कि आप जेपीसी ऑर्डर करो, नहीं तो हम संसद नहीं चलने देंगे, या फिर आप माफी मांगो, नहीं तो हम संसद नहीं चलने देंगे. संसद कैसे चलेगी? व्हाट्स द वे आउट?
संसद नहीं चलेगी, संसद नहीं चलेगी जब तक जेपीसी का गठन नहीं होगा. मामला जनहित का है, जनता का पैसा है, बैंकों का पैसा है, हवाला का मामला बनता है. जिस प्रकार से कांग्रेस के नेता बात कर रहे हैं, तो जेपीसी आपको बनाइए. अगर आप निर्दोष हैं तो सच्चाई सामने आएगी. अरे भाई, डरना क्यों? डरना क्यों? अगर कुछ नहीं किया, सरकार ने एक व्यक्ति विशेष को लाभ नहीं पहुंचाया, तो डरना क्यों है?
I am surprised that Parliament is not the place to settle scores. So what happened 15 years back, so you are settling scores today. As a democracy, every day we are getting matured, and the responsibilities that are also increasing. So again, the Supreme Court appointed panel, they have got 5 gentlemen, and I think they are very credible. O.P. Bhatt, Nandan Nilekani, and most of them don't have any, any kind of political leanings also, many of them. So I think we must trust on the institutions, the highest institutions of the country, the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court is monitoring. This committee has to submit the report in just 2 months. And I think, Padmaja, Adani issue is being used as a tool to escape the parliament proceedings, because if the parliament proceedings continue, questions will be asked to Rahul Gandhi that what you said on the foreign soil and why you said so.
Okay, Manashwi Thapar, so it's being turned back on you that government is not obstructing, Congress is running away from parliament, otherwise they will have to answer why is an MP speaking like what the BJP says, Mir Jafar.
The BJP can say anything because they are in power, they have the right to speak, and everyone has the right to speak. And the only question what comes to the mind of any common citizen would be on the national interest point of view. People are not interested in Rahul Gandhi ki maafi mangni chahiye ki nahi chahiye. It's only the BJP who are interested in Rahul Gandhi's maafi. But the reality is, on the point of JPC, on the point of security of people's money, people are concerned. And there is where the people...
Sir, answer the point. The charge against the Congress is that they are running away from parliament to avoid answering on what was said in London.
But this question was much before he went to London. Even on the factual point, this question of the BJP raising that he's an anti-national, he spoke against the country, was much before that. He had asked about the JPC. He had asked about what is the relation between Adani and Prime Minister Modi ji. That was a question much before he left for London. And now London is a scapegoat for the BJP. They found कि anti-national बोल दिया, इसने देश के खिलाफ बोल दिया, देशद्रोह कर दिया. So arrest him ना. If अगर एक देशद्रोही बाहर देश के खिलाफ प्रचार कर रहा है तो उसको अरेस्ट करो ना. उसको लव लेटर क्यों दे रहे हो आप?
विनय
उसको
सिंह।
अरेस्ट करो अगर राहुल गांधी
I
ईडी
back
की डिमांड तो बहुत
Manasvi.
पहले से चल रही थी.
I back Manasvi. You know, Padmaja, there are very
Arrest
soft
him.
provisions in our constitution, in our law. So you are able to escape on the name of right to speak. Arey Baba, you don't have only right to speak. You have a responsibility to speak. You must be responsible while speaking. And one more thing, Padmaja, just 10 seconds, my dear.
My elder brother RPG is there.
What I'm saying that opposition is not opposition. The role of opposition is not inimical to the government.
Why is he still a
Opposition is a part of the government. It has responsibilities to deliver. It has duties to perform. You are not anti-government. You are not inimical to the government. Opposition is a part of the government.
Give me a minute.
Opposition strengthens the government. So you cannot escape away that you are an opposition leader and you can say anything on the name of rights.
Yes.
You have
now
certain
an example should be
responsibilities,
set.
you have certain duties.
On your point, I
Why
want to
are
take
you
it further.
escaping
An
from
example should be set by the
responsibilities?
BJP and
You
arrest
cannot
anyone
say
who's a
anything like that.
देशद्रोही
And Rahul Gandhi said that he is ashamed of being a parliamentarian.
देशद्रोही का टैग
What
जो है
kind
सिर्फ
of
और सिर्फ
mindset
टीवी
this is?
डिबेट में होता है.
Rahul
आप
Gandhi
arrest करो.
said that he is
इस देश
ashamed
में
of
कोई
being a
भी देशद्रोह करता है
parliamentarian.
उसको अरेस्ट करो.
Arey, being a
Why don't you file
parliamentarian is
a
a matter
FIR?
of prestige.
आपको
It's a
FIR
privilege.
काटने में क्यों डर लग रहा है?
Why you are so ashamed? And
आपको
you are saying you are ashamed of
FIR
being a
काटने में
parliament.
क्यों डर लग रहा है?
Why
are you scared of filing a FIR? My only
this is the
question is,
reason
if anyone is
Rahul
anti-national, if anyone
Gandhi
is doing
doesn't
anything
want the
or planning
parliament
a
to
war against
function
this country,
because he
why
is
is he
ashamed
still
of
a
being
free
a
man?
parliament as
Why
he has
don't you
admitted.
arrest Rahul Gandhi if he's an anti-national?
He
अगर वो
admitted.
देशद्रोही है, आप उसको
No,
arrest क्यों नहीं कर रहे
don't
हो?
take that very seriously. I am saying that
No, that is
the
seriously.
provisions in the Indian
If
constitution
as
are
per
very
you,
soft.
if someone is anti-national,
If
someone
this
is
would have been any other country,
why is he
Rahul
still a
Gandhi would
free
have
man?
been in jail.
My question, what comes to my mind or
You
any
cannot
citizen is,
invite
if anyone is doing
invite
anti-national
a foreign
activity, why is
country
he still a free man?
to come
Why do you want to give
and
Rahul
come and
Gandhi
invade?
privileges?
It
Why
was
are you
like,
giving Rahul Gandhi privileges?
it
You
was
are in
like
power, you are in BJP, why don't you
inviting
arrest
the
him?
Mughals, those who invited the Mughals to come to India, those who invited the Britishers, it was the same thing. Rahul Gandhi
End
went
it
to
now.
America and he
Now
asked them
end-
to
end now-
intervene
now end
in
it
the
now. You have
political
got the
affairs
power
of the
to
country.
enter.
This is
have got
anti-national
this
act.
power right
What,
now.
what
You are in
else,
power.
else is anti-national?
Modi ji is in power.
What
and
else
using
is
Mughals and
anti-national?
Britishers
Neil?
can be.
This is anti-national act. But yes,
So arrest him.
Arrest
him.
Our mother democracy, she is very kind. She ignores such actions, reactions, or
Don't ignore any criminal activity
reactions.
should be.
So if this
acted
would
with
have
a
been a
FIR.
different country,
Why are you being
Rahul
soft
Gandhi
on
would
Rahul
have been
Gandhi?
put behind the bar.
Why are you being soft on
RP
Rahul
Singh,
Gandhi?
RP
If
Singh,
he's
isn't it
anti-national, why are you
a
being soft on
bit
him?
over the
Rahul
top?
Gandhi?
And it plays into the hands of those who say that India is becoming intolerant, that the moment somebody speaks his mind, you may not agree with it, but then to call him मीर जाफर, ये तो वही होगा कि कोई भी बोले उसको एंटी नेशनल करार दे दो.
अच्छा, पहले मीर जाफर का इतिहास समझ लें कि मीर जाफर ने क्या किया था. क्या वैसे ही किया राहुल गांधी ने? क्या आप आइए और हमारे देश को बचाइए? क्या देश में लोकतंत्र खत्म हो गया? आपको टीवी पर रोज प्रश्न पूछती हैं, हमसे भी पूछती हैं, बाकियों से भी पूछती हैं. क्या कभी किसी ने रोका आपको? मीडिया का गला घोंट दिया गया. सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंदर इनकी पार्टी की सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कमेटी बना दी, इनकी सांसद गई हैं. तो क्या सुप्रीम कोर्ट का गला घोंट दिया गया है? क्या इलेक्शन अभी हरियाणा हिमाचल में भी इलेक्शन जीते हैं और अभी बाई इलेक्शन जीते हैं बंगाल के अंदर. क्या इलेक्शन कमीशन को काम नहीं करने दिया जा रहा? तो आप विदेश जाकर और फिर ये कहना है कि सरदार लोग सेकंड क्लास सिटीजन है, 6 आर सेकंड क्लास सिटीजन द कंट्री. बता दीजिए कहाँ से हम सेकंड क्लास सिटीजन हो गए? तो आपके जो पूरे बयान हैं वो इस प्रकार के हैं, विच आर क्रिएटिंग डिसहार्मनी इन द कंट्री. वन सेकंड विच इज वेरी ऑब्जेक्शनेबल, हाईली ऑब्जेक्शनेबल, प्लस आल्सो that you don't have faith in the Indian democratic system, and that's why you say that how can you be oblivious? You use word like how can you be oblivious with what's happening here? So why in a way you are inviting them to react here? So you need to answer and apologize for that, and there is nothing short than apology which will help the nation for democracy to function, for
Okay, in
parliament
fact,
to
now
function.
Priyanka Gandhi has
Because
also weighed in.
people in the
After
parliament
Rahul Gandhi was called Mir
represent
Jafar in the
democracy.
morning, Priyanka Gandhi has weighed in on the issue of the JPC saying भाजपा के मित्रकाल में युवाओं को रोजगार नहीं मिल रहा है, संसद नहीं चल रही है, किसानों की आय घट गई, महंगाई कम नहीं हो रही है, लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री जी की मित्र बचाओ योजना खूब फल फूल रही है. And the simple question, Binay Singh, at the end of it all, again boils down to, is this then going to be a washout? Because there seems to be no way out. What is the way out?
No, Padmaja, you have the moral right to ask a question if you are facing the question. Why are you trying to escape? Why don't you want the parliament to run? Because we don't see any symptoms by the or any indications from the Congress party that they want the parliamentary affairs to run quietly and calmly. But they are the obstructors. They are obstructing the total affairs. One more thing, Padmaja. Every problem has a solution, and you need to debate. You need to have a conversation. So without conversation, without a debate, you cannot find a solution. If you want a JPC, you need to run the parliament. You run the parliament peacefully, and you ask this question very loudly and very strongly. But you are not doing so. You are asking for a JPC outside the parliament, in the press conference, in the media.
Okay.
So the parliament is your place where to raise questions, where to counter questions, where to answer questions. But media is not that place.
Okay, so if you want a solution, there has to be a conversation. Who is running away from this conversation? Those are the hard questions that both sides will now have to ask. Let's hope that at least there will be some meeting point between the two sides. 7 days have already been lost. More are not victim to this standoff. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, for having joined me. That's it then from me on this edition of The Nation Wants to Know. I'll see you next at 10 on the News Hour Agenda.